I want to share a profound truth with you, a truth revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. What if that feeling we all call fear isn't really fear at all? What if it's a massive misunderstanding of our own inner energy? Let's explore this together.
Bhagavan reveals that we as humanity are standing on the edge of a pivotal moment. Just like life on this planet evolved from a single cell all the way to us, we are now poised for the next great leap, a breakthrough into a superconscious state. So this incredible potential, this evolution, it's right here for us. But there's one single hurdle. And honestly, it's more of an illusion that's holding us back.
And that hurdle is what we call fear. But here's the key. We have to stop seeing it as some big, bad enemy we need to fight. It's actually a profound misinterpretation that's just happening inside our own minds. Okay, so here's the core of it. That powerful, high-energy surge we feel inside, the one that gets your heart pounding, is actually massive excitement. But our mind, in its rush to understand everything, often makes a huge mistake. It just slaps the wrong label on it and calls it fear.
Now, this is where it gets really fascinating when you look at the science. The physical experience of fear and excitement is literally identical. That rising heart rate, the adrenaline surge, it's the exact same high arousal state in your body. The only difference, the only one, is the label, the story your mind tells itself in that split second.
Bhagavan gives this amazing analogy. He says to think of that mental labeling process like a toxic uncle. You know the one? Someone who shows up and can instantly turn a beautiful, powerful experience into something that divides and weakens everyone. That's exactly what this mental misstep does to our own inner state.
And you know what's so cool? This isn't some new age idea. Let's take a look at how ancient wisdom has been describing this exact thing for thousands of years.
An ancient scripture, the Kathopanishad, paints this incredible picture. It says, the path of life is like walking on the edge of a razor. It's this razor-thin line where our perception, our interpretation in any given moment literally determines our entire destiny.
So this is the bottom line. When you're standing on that razor's edge of high energy, that single moment of interpretation is everything. If you label that feeling fear, you shrink, you pull back, and you fall into inertia and darkness. But if you cognize it correctly as excitement, you lean in, you engage, and you rise to your absolute greatest potential. And this just beautifully illustrates how modern science is now finally validating what the ancient masters have known all along. The words might be different, but the truth is exactly the same.
So when our mind makes that mistake and labels the energy surge as fear, it triggers what scientists call an amygdala hijack. It's like your brain's internal panic button gets smashed. Your amygdala, the emotional center, just takes over, floods you with fight-or-flight hormones, and completely shuts down the logical part of your brain. And in that state, making a clear decision is pretty much impossible.
But here's the good news. Bhagavan doesn't just reveal the problem, he gives us the solution, a practical, ancient key to help us reclaim our inner state from these automatic reactions. And that key is an incredibly simple yet unbelievably powerful technique called a japa japa. Now, this isn't about chanting some mantra over and over. It's way more subtle. It's about becoming a silent witness and discovering the natural sound your own breath is already making.
So how do you actually do it? Well, the next time that high energy feeling comes up, first, just witness the physical sensation without judging it. Then you make a conscious choice. Do not apply the label of fear. Instead, just gently bring your attention to your breath. As you simply observe it flowing in and out, you'll start to discover its innate sound. For many, it's like a subtle so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. You don't create it, you just find it.
And this ancient technique has some amazing modern validation. fMRI scans actually show that practices just like this directly calm and balance that amygdala pathway. It literally breaks the panic cycle, lets your logical mind come back online, and transforms that raw, chaotic energy into focused, mindful power.
When you start to practice this, everything shifts. You go from being a victim of your own knee-jerk reactions to becoming the conscious master of your reality.
You start operating from a state called Paramashantam, which means an ultimate, unshakable peace. From this deep inner stability, you can make clear decisions, you can protect yourself when you actually need to, and you can achieve crores of times more than you can even imagine because you're no longer wasting all your energy fighting yourself.
This all leads to this profound shift in how you see yourself. You realize your true nature isn't small, it isn't fragile.
There's a beautiful saying for this. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. It's a reminder that you are vast, you are complete, and you are powerful beyond measure.
So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. What would your life actually look like? What would you create? What would you achieve? Who would you become if fear was no longer an obstacle, but was simply energy that you had finally learned to master?